Well, I think it's crazy.
I shouldn't say everything, but a lot of what I do.
No, I think one of the craziest sciencey parts about this whole thing is so like on the Challenger, when it went down. God, there's 2 Challengers. When they went down the Challenger deep, there's a look at that bag just. That thing is gone.
There's trash.
Look how fast it was going though. Like holy crap. It's windy today, folks.
Look at that bird. That bird looked like it blew away too.
Probably did. It was probably just like.
You see that? Them birds like my wings don't work anymore.
They probably the poor birds are like. They probably like a day like today, so like they could fly really far without having to flap their wings, but then they have to go back.
Home was that tree. Oh wow.
Okay, we're not going back there today.
We're going to see Mom next week.
Well, anyways, so no, one of the coolest things was they had there were so many fail safes on the Challenger because if you lost power, how are you going to let go of the ballast? So they had wires that were designed to dissolve. There were metal wires that were designed to dissolve after 10 hours at the bottom of the ocean. So that they would cut the ballast and you'd go back up. So you've been too long, cut and so they were talking about the ballast on this machine, and it sat on a shelf. A shelf.
Why?
On a shelf.
I hear what you're saying. I guess my question is not what. Why?
Cheap.
Why?
It's cheap. So, to get the sub to go back up, the sub has to roll to get the weight off the shelf. And James Cameron is like, why?
Yeah, that's what I said. Why?
Why? This is like, everybody's just like, it's the dumbest way to do that possible. Because if there's no power, you're stuck at the bottom of the ocean.
It rolled off the shelf and just sank? That's how it...
So the ballast,
Yeah.
so you could go back up, sits on a shelf on the side of the sub, on the submersible.
Oh, okay.
So to go back up, it has to roll to get back and forth to get the ballast off. Well, if there's no power, it can't roll.
Yeah.
So, if you're at the bottom of the ocean, and the power fails, you're dead. 96 hours, you will die. At the bottom of the ocean.
Is that how long you can go without water?
No.
When you let some water in.
No, they have water there.
Is that how long the oxygen?
Yeah.
I just hear 96 hours. It just sounds like a water thing.
No.
But I'm like, they have water.
No.
They have water.
Oh, it's just like, can you imagine, they're just down there. It's like, I'm thirsty.
Opens portal. Yeah. Turns on spigot. Open portal.
Just, that's the thing, right? It's going to be 6,000 PSI, so it's just...
New cup. Why do they give us Dixie cups?
just vaporize. That's the thing, right? It would vaporize the cup, the stream, and that's what they said was basically. So, as a crack forms, right? It's thick. It's 6,000 psi. So there's no abrasive, but it slowly will cut the water will cut its way through anything that isn't a sphere.
Anything that isn't water.
Huh?
Anything that isn't water.
Yeah, it just cuts through it,
Yeah.
and so
water cuts through anything. Well, given a long enough time. Think about rocks. You went to the Black Canyon.
That's true.
Water cuts through granite.
Yeah, but that has abrasive in it too.
What?
But it also would have sand in it, abrasive.
Oh, yeah.
This doesn't have any, but you also remember 6,000 psi, so it just cuts through it like butter after a point. Because the material starts to fail, so the water's like, okay, deep, cut. And then you die. Insta-death.
So you died, so they died because of the air heating them.
Well,
I'm curious. What was the first thing that killed them? In the microseconds that it happened, what was the first thing that killed him?
The air.
The air heating.
The air. Well, I see. That's the thing. I don't know if in under a millisecond, if there's enough heat to actually
burn
them. Mm-hmm. I mean, because like you gotta think they talk because I
would just figure that the sheer pressure of all the water rushing in just.
I don't know because like they talk about how you can shoot a bullet through. I don't remember what it was. You could shoot a bullet through like an oxyacetylene torch, and it won't melt it because it didn't go through it long enough. But or like like all the calculations where it's like you could shoot a bullet through a lightsaber. A lightsaber is like stupidly hot. It can cut through freaking anything. But if you have to hold it there long enough, then the bullet wouldn't be held there long enough. So that's why I suspect with the air, yeah, sure, the air is superheated, but I don't think that's enough. I think just the massive amount of air pressure increasing killed them. Second,
But how long did the pressure last? Like it lasted long enough to disintegrate every bone?
No, you're 6,000 feet. You're 4 kilometers below the surface of the ocean. It doesn't matter. You're going to be disintegrated because everything's just.
I don't know if it's every cell. Like I just figured, maybe like bits. You'd have been in chunks.
No. Well,
I don't know about bits and pieces. I was thinking more like chunks.
No, they said that they said it's like. Did you know the MythBusters when they blew up the cement truck?
No.
Because like a lot of people brought up, what's this kind of energy look like?
They blew up a cement truck?
Yeah. Type in MythBusters cement truck. They disintegrated a cement truck. There we go. I don't want this to...
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, no, this is just Adam talking about it. Do not copyright me.
Oh, yeah, there's something.
So, yeah. They filled it with AMPHO, which, as I said, is just ammonium nitrate and diesel fuel. And this is gone. Gone. Reduced to atoms. They said, like...
Oh, where's that from?
They went...
Reduced to... Is it... Oh, Thanos.
Yeah, it's Thanos. So, no. So, this is the same amount of energy that the sub experienced. What happened to this cement truck? So, imagine now, in a space even smaller, this explosion. But...
Do they show the aftermath? What does it look like afterwards?
I think they were able to find, bits and pieces.
Wait till the gas clears. They're far away.
Yeah.
They're far away.
Yeah. And they still said that you could feel it in their chest.
How many mile? 2 miles?
There are several.
They have it in a valley.
Yeah. And, you just wanted to see what was left? There you go. Nothing.
But no, wait till the cloud clears.
There's nothing.
Hang on. I see it. It's right there.
No, but this is... Look, there's nothing. Gone. Now, imagine it being put... Now, imagine that force, but from all sides... somebody...
See, that's an explosion.
Somebody said that there was enough force in this that you could use it to light a nuclear weapon.
I'm glad we have people doing these calculations.
Because they said, right? They said this would be the... So in a plutonium explosion, you have 2 spheres of plutonium. A big one and a small one. And you have to get the...
critical mass.
Well, so they have to get explosives all around the outer sphere, so that it compresses perfectly and gets everything to react, simultaneously in a perfect explosion. Otherwise, you won't get as good of a yield. They said that if you could build a capsule that would self-destruct, that would collapse at that depth, it would have enough force to compress the plutonium sphere together and cause the nuke to go off. They said it wouldn't be as great as what we use in the real, with TNT. It'd be a little lower grade than it could possibly be, but it would be perfect from all sides. So when you ask, geez, what happened to them? They're gone. They are vaporized. There's so much pressure. They're vaporized.
We have, little cameras?
No. When they lost signal, they suspect that they imploded shortly after. So, there were cameras. And some people think maybe they might be able to find, but they're not sure. No one's ever dropped a micro SD card in a GoPro at the bottom of the ocean. So we're not sure if it would survive.
Yeah.
And we're not sure if it's worth searching for it. Because the thing is, they said the camera will cut out 2 seconds before it actually implodes because of the buffer.
Yeah.
So it's like, what good of information does that do us?
Well, with that
in mind, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcasts every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time. And happy Submarining. Good night.